Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be blunt to the point and just get this over with. Because this is not an easy video for me to do. First off, Ian, what's going on? You remember me, right? I hope so. Because I've seen that you come back recently in an official capacity and allow me to officially say, welcome back. Something the fans don't know about, but you sure as hell do, is the fact that I have reached out plenty of times through email the past year. I've called your old number. I've texted your old number. Got nothing. You've blocked me on Instagram. And on YouTube, it seems you've hit all my comments because neither you nor anyone who watches those videos ever replies to me or asks if they've even seen my comments. That being said, it does appear that this has become the one way I have to reach out to you. So firstly, I want to talk about Full Force. You know, that beautiful documentary you made on me from all those years ago, back in 2019. And you see, my father taught me a little saying that I've been looking at that documentary through the past few weeks, and I've realized something. And my father's saying was that the figures don't lie, but liars will always find a way to figure. So let's look at the figures. Let's look at the facts of what the video is. So Full Force is your #1 most viewed video, and it is the video that has made you the most fucking money, period. Both in sponsorship money and ad views. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it a lot. I really do. It brought a lot of attention. You brought a light to my crazy-ass life. And I will forever be grateful for this opportunity. 24 million views later. All these years later, right? We're here, right now, in a season of airing dirty laundry. Spring cleaning, as they call it. So, it's time to air some out. Call me a content detective, if you would. Because there's a lot of things that need to be addressed about my relationship with Ian and Full Force in general. So, let's address this, all right? When you first came to Battle Creek, Ian, that was a huge honor. And I mean that. It was a huge honor. If my mother were here, she'd tell you about how when you first pulled up, I didn't think you were real. I was fake. But then I looked out the window, and there the fuck you were. And I said to myself, no fucking way, it's real. Man, you were a fucking legend, my guy. The thing is, you know, during filming, you shot me a lot of looks. You shot your camera guy a lot of looks. Not kind looks, per se. And you made a lot of jokes that I, at the time, had fly over my head because I was starstruck. But, now that I look back at it, I really don't appreciate the way that you portrayed Robert. Now, I get it, me and him were fighting at the time. We had bad blood. But you made him look pretty Dahmer-like. You made him look pretty Dahmer-like. And in reality, he's more like a Vegeta to my Goku. That's simple. He's not Dahmer, dude. And you know, the lightsaber fight at the end, that was pitiful. I'm gonna be honest, it was fucking pitiful. Both on my part and yours. You never were honoring me. At all. You weren't honoring my originality. You weren't honoring my content. No, you were just making jokes. Jokes. Jokes upon jokes. And, you know, that's all fine. That's all fine and dandy. But what makes me upset about it is you claim to be on a redemption arc. And yet you've completely glossed over someone that you've fucked over majorly. Like, fucking majorly. Let me ask you this. Ian, okay? Let's say your kid develops a skill and it gets him a lot of views. Or maybe he's just a weird guy in general and gets a lot of views, right? Regardless. Your kid gets to a point that this famous guy comes and makes a documentary on him, and this documentary becomes slowly his most highest viewed and highest grossing film he's ever made. But then your son doesn't see a penny of it. And then not only that, but calls your son out to the national anthem for a baseball game. It doesn't fucking pay him. And when he's there, don't give him no fucking respect. Because I'm almost fucking certain you and Anissa would raise hell. Straight up fucking hell. D&D level of 7-layered hell. But I'm supposed to keep shut about it. I get that we were making lots of entertaining moments. We made content gold. But the problem is, that tarnished me a little bit. Like, badly. And you know, at first, it was life-changing. I started being able to pay bills with the money I made from YouTube. I started getting major views and everything else. But something that came with it was the fucking trolling. I have come to know that this internet has some fairly nasty people on it, okay? Because let me tell you something. I will give you a very good fucking example. And you're going to realize why I'm upset. Because while I'm dealing with all this, you're there cashing the checks and not even thinking to say hello. But the simple fact is, right, you make all this money off me. You got all that clout off me. And then you block me. You cut me off over nothing. Over a simple fucking what? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Communication skills, buddy. They're like a potato. You don't communicate worth shit. And you know, what gets to me the most is that documentary is some of the only footage I have left of my mother's own voice. How do you think that feels? That's the one video on the internet, maybe out of 3, that has your mother's voice in it. And I don't have any private videos or anything. I have one photo album from their wedding. How do you think that fucking feels, man? You literally put me on a pedestal. You literally made like a Roman family. You were like, oh, baby boy born. We take him to woods. We put him on a pedestal and we leave him there for the wolves. And that's what you did. You took this infant Spartan and you said, here's your pedestal. There's a wolf there, wolf over there, wolf there. There's one over there just staring at me waiting for me to leave. And I ain't going to leave you no armor. I'm not going to leave you no weapon. Bye-bye. And that's what you fucking did. You left me to the goddamn wolves. Here I am. Still here. Still walking, motherfucker. I just walked into your fucking camp. Fucking torn ass eye. Fucking carrying a wood spear. I'm ready to fight. I really do. I just want to legitimately ask, because I'm getting to a point now where I'm getting fucking emotional. I want to ask, was I ever legitimately interesting to you, Ian? Or was I another fucking joke of yours? Another goddamn video for you to make money off of, like one of your stupid content cops. I'm gonna be honest, right? It's a tough pill to swallow when people to this day make fun of you. Because when you were a little kid, a little autistic kid, you broke down and turned to the one place you felt safe turning to. When you called me for Creator Clash 1 to do the anthem, I was honored. But something that you never told people, and I kept my mouth shut for the longest time, is I never got paid to do Creator Clash. No, you guys want to know how Creator Clash went? I'm just going to knock the whole Creator Clash thing out, like right fucking now, okay? Because this is where I'm going to get the most mad. I went out there for a second time, gave you your most viral fucking moment for your stupid boxing event, right? And don't get me wrong, it's not stupid, it's a good cause, right? But the fact, I'm pissed, dude. I went there, I wasn't getting paid, you flew me out the night before, I didn't get checked into a hotel room until close to fucking midnight. The next morning, when I went to the event, I was supposed to have a spot I could go to where I could be alone because I don't do too good with large crowds, you know, where I could just go practice for a bit, get myself in the mood. And I got put in a little side room with the catering, with people coming in and out. I'm like nervous as shit. And it was so bad to a point when the arena manager came in to get something, and I was sat there kind of nervous. I didn't like people just walking in on me like that. It's one thing to know you're going on stage and know you're going to do it. It's another thing we just randomly have people walk in. He came up to me, and what's the first thing he says to me? hey man, I'm a veteran, and I just want to make sure you're not about to go out there and fuck this all up, right? Like, you're not about to go out there and wrap this thing, are you? Oh, fuck yeah! That's what I want to fucking hear before I perform. Oh, and what's fucking better? I got one sentence with you the whole fucking trip. The guy who brought me out to do it said one sentence to me the entire time. How I didn't get mad. Nah. The mother side of me is too fired up now. I sat there and gave you another legendary performance. And again, what was I left with? Nothing. I didn't get paid. I didn't get no fucking sponsorship. And don't get me wrong, I was happy to do it unpaid because it was for a good cause. But I was expecting to at least be able to hang with you at some point before the fight, or get more than just a sentence, or maybe have you say something like, hey, good luck, like I did to you during the one little sentence exchange we had. I said to you, yeah, good luck out there, man. I hope you do good, man. You're doing something good here. Kiss your fucking ass. You don't seem to understand, Ian, that every time you've caused drama for yourself in some capacity, it's always trickled down to me. You made that content cut. And a lot of people are mentioning to me, I couldn't escape it. I never could escape your fucking gravity. And yet here I am, and I still stand. And you know what? Okay. I'm still standing, and I've slipped and tripped a bunch of times, fallen on my face a few times, but I'm still fucking standing, okay? Anyhow, this is kind of my first time addressing this in all a formal way, a more thought out and more actual, precise way. Ian, don't you think it's kind of weird, the position you put me in? It was solved by your boogeyman, Sam Hyde. Yeah, your Baba Yaga took care of me. The man that I should have been afraid of because of your experience with him. He became my messiah, and he helped me. And that's your arch nemesis right there. By the way, that wasn't even orchestrated. I didn't even realize that was the dude that was fucking with you. You know, my best friend B, he originally reached out to Sam for me because, like, I was going through some shit. I was going homeless that fucking week when I reached out to him. Because, guess what? Some of the trolls that came from you were calling my landlord at the time, making death threats to a point that I was asked to move and given a 1 week notice. So my buddy B reached out on a whim and got me on Fish Tank Season 1. So by the way, that wasn't even fucking orchestrated. I didn't even know who the guy was until after I was already on my way. And you know what the worst fucking part is? I reached out to you first. I reached out to you about that situation. I didn't ask you for money. I said, I need some advice. And then you sat there and told me, sometimes you just gotta cut the bleeding limb off and get a job. Is that what you say to someone that you thought had potential? Or is that something that you say to someone that you consider a waste? Answer me that, Ian. The very demon that haunted you and a random man in relation to you, my friend B and Sam, helped change me into the man that I am today. I was just a teenager when my fucking dad died. And now I'm sitting here in my own home that I own, that I had a hand in fucking building. You know what's even infinitely better? In the past year alone, I've lost nearly 150 pounds. Yeah, that's the truth right there. But, you know what? I feel like this needs to be said publicly. Sad as it may seem, Sam has never once said a bad thing to me about you. And I mean that. He's never mentioned it. Never even mentioned you. He doesn't give a fuck. I mean, come on, man. He just helped a fellow man down in their luck. And right now, I needed a friend, thank God. Thank God he was listening. And he sent me B, and he sent me Sam. Because it's sure as hell not on Satan's left nutsack was it you. I'm going to be honest with you. That contact cop situation's, and I mean, woof, rough. I mean, you're not really seeing the big picture, are you? Those friends of yours harassed my dude. And I mean, they seriously harassed him. Worse than any of the Stubbs harassment I've ever gotten. You gotta be kidding me. The fact that you were backing these guys up after they had CPS show up to that person's house. I can't even talk proper. After they had CPS show up to H3's house, dude. At 6 fucking a.m. You had those... You ask someone who's dealt with CPS before. Do you know how terrified those fucking kids must have been, Ian? Or are you too fucking greedy and selfish to think about that? About how their kids must have fucking felt? And don't even get me started, that idiot saying, oh, they don't form memories at 3. Meanwhile, scientists disagree. People with a degree disagree. People with half a brain cell disagree. But those are your friends, right? I don't get what the fuck it is that you gain from chilling with these people. I mean, think about it like this. But you have a swastika sword, a Nauruzi symbol, and you're wearing the fucking Palestinian flag. You really think that was going to win your fans over, man? Do you really think something like that is going to be that gets people going, yeah, my ear jimmies are jingling? Or is that some shit that's going to get people looking at you like, hats off for the funeral march, because that definitely ain't the Ian we know. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hats off, thumb in my pocket. Yeah, it's over, Ian. If rubbing shoulders with your enemies, if that's no big deal, then why are we here? Why did you cut me off completely? That's something I want to know. Why? Why was Froggy Fresh banned from the event? Was it because he was trained by Sam Hyde? The new Sam Hyde? Is that why you have me blocked and everything? I mean, come on, it's the same thing with Ethan, right? It's worse because it's involving children. That's the worst part. You're doing this to a man and his kids. This ain't just a one-on-one situation now. This is becoming personal, bro. Since Full Force, I really have grown quite a bit. I've been asked to go on the Howard Stern show. Wilson, I've met Kai Cenat. I was even on ESPN puking at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Formed at 5 different bowling lanes, all right? Opened up for fucking Playboy Cardi. And of course, at the same time, Travis Scott for Complex Con. And yet, I performed, I opened up for Shane Gillis for a sold-out show back when he was in Boston. Badlands Chugs fucking does regular work with me. I'm still uploading weekly to my channel. Still doing all this fucking work. Even when I'm a turtle with a shell that's had C4 put on it and exploded. I've started this weight loss journey. I've built a fucking home. I'm making strong friendships. And I've come to have a family now that I actually care about. A family that isn't going to turn their fucking back on me. Something you desperately need, and you ain't going to get like this. To be able to put my side of the story out there, how hard it is to find any semblance of normalcy in my life. Because that documentary has done so fucking much. I can't get a fucking 9 to 5 anymore. I can't go get a regular job, Ian. And that's not the only reason, but that one video has more views than any of my videos combined. So, especially now that you're so PC and judgmental of your past, how come you won't address our friendship? How come you choose to run away from your biggest video subject that you ever had? When your newest, biggest video ever could have literally been redeeming yourself by helping that subject turn things around. Where's my pat on the back? I want you to understand that I do appreciate all the opportunities that you've done, because it's brought me to a point where I am today. But there are parts that still to this day feel unfair. Unfair. It causes me fucking pain. And it sucks. Because I've done all that for you, but you can't have one conversation with me. I respect you as a creator. You know what I'm saying? You can't not have respect for you. You're a legend. The name iDubbbzTV is always going to exist in some capacity, whether it's a joke or something we take serious. I valued the friendship we had. I also need to understand that every time you point a finger at someone, there are at least 100 fingers pointing right back at you. You know, how are you going to be so judgmental when, you got yourself into situations like this and you've got them unsolved? I mean, come on. Do you believe in karma? Do you believe in redemption at all? Have you actually considered a redemption arc without coming back for me? And after all, you left me to the dust, man. You left me holding the bag. And the worst part is, that bag, to this date, is still empty. Just dust in the wind. So I'm reaching out today. Not with Hassan, crocodile tears, or some weird black guy in the background dancing with me. That makes no fucking sense. I'm not sitting here with some chick gaslighting me as I gaslight her. But as a man, face to face, YouTuber to YouTuber, I'm going to read this to you real quick. I hope we can have an open conversation about this in the future. Maybe we can even work together again, but this time, it makes sense for both of us, and not just you. Drop your shield and hit me up. I'd love to film a Full Force 2 with you, show how much my life has changed. And heck, I'd love to come help you with Creator Clash 3. Matter of fact, fuck the rest of this. Fuck the rest of it. There's a little bit more, but fuck that. All in all, look, as much shit as you have done to me, I still would like to have a friendship with you. I still would like to have a conversation with you. I still would like to help you do good things. So please, unblock me. Let's talk. We'll hop on a call. You can record it if you wanted to, for all I gave a shit, but can we not have one conversation after all I've done for you?